Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Phil Grandy and Phil's Gang presents the Life-Saving Financial Webinar. This webinar will guide and teach you how to understand the stock market and become an experienced investor. Learn from the experts on market trends and short and long-term investments. Join Phil Grandy, Steve Celeste, and Will Sharp Saturday, June 24th, noon to 3 p.m. Eastern. $80 pre-seminar, archived for 2 weeks, or $125 post-seminar to purchase the archive. Get more info at philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And welcome to Phil's Gang. Okay, so today we had the big news. The Fed paused. Now they paused and they said that they're going to pause and they project 4 more rate hikes by the end of 2024. They also predicted 5 rate cuts by the end of 2025. And the Fed sees economic growth under 2% through 2025. In other words, what they're saying is they don't know what the hell they're doing anymore. It's out of control. It's out of control. See, until they get the guts to do the Volcker rule, to fight inflation, which they have not been doing. Remember, Volcker came in and in 2 years drove interest rates up to 20% to break the back of inflation. These people haven't been doing that. Remember, 2015, 2008 is where we dropped interest rates to near zero. It wasn't to 2015, what's that, 8 years? Until they raised rates a quarter point. Now, if we take from, let's say, so they've been over the last, let's say 13 years, they've raised rates from 0 to 5.25. Are you nuts? When Volcker raised rates to 20%. You're never going to see the target. They keep saying how the Fed target's 2%. That's stupid. You're never going to see 2%. Never going to see 2%. In fact, if you're following me on my website right now, and in fact, I just put it up here a moment ago. What I did, I put together a little sketch to show you. Autumn did. She did a great job on this. You should see this. In fact, we have it on, where do we put it? I think we have it on YouTube. If you go to YouTube Short, where I do the short ones for 1 minute, you'll see it in there. And what is it? I got a group of dynamite sticks wrapped together. And I have, for the fuse, we have the inflation, going to the dynamite sticks of housing, the economy, and stocks. And then we have the deficit acting as the match. So what I'm trying to explain, I said this yesterday, this economy is going to blow up. There's no ifs about it. Housing, I talked about this yesterday. We had one of the biggest housing bubble in history from 2020 to 2022, much bigger than GW's housing bubble. Much bigger. I mean, the prices went insane over 2 years. So here we have a situation, the real truth, and nobody wants to tell you the truth, that we have a housing bubble, and it's going to blow. You have an economy that's just totally just destroyed. I mean, until we get away from stock buybacks, so we're only enriching CEOs, we're so screwed with the economy. Stocks, are you kidding me? When we used to, for 13 years, keep interest rates at zero so we could keep the seven biggest tech stocks, you know them all, Microsoft and Apple and NVIDIA. For 13 years, the only way those stocks would move up was zero interest rates so the CEOs could do stock buybacks for 13 years. So what happened? All of a sudden there's no more zero rates, there's no more QE. They stopped that in November of 2021, which the market dropped 38%. And now rates are at 5.25%. As I said yesterday, the same 5.25% that blew up GW's housing boom between 2005 and 2006. We're right there now at the same. But isn't it interesting? Nobody thinks about, wait a minute, what's going on here? For 13 years, we had to force interest rates down to zero so that we could give that money to CEOs so they could buy their own stock back, to keep reducing their shares, to keep pushing up their earnings without profits. Keep pushing those earnings up without profits, which automatically pushed up stock prices, called financial engineering. Prosperity without profits. So now we're just sitting back and accepting, well, I guess we never needed zero rates. It's doing okay now. We're at 5.25%, but the tech stocks are still going up. The same 5 tech stocks. So they go up at 5.25%. So it really didn't matter. So why the hell did we do the zero interest rate, do stock buybacks, and destroy our whole economy except for the CEOs who got filthy rich and Wall Street? For 13 years, the working poor, the middle class working folks, been screwed over because they had to keep those rates down to zero to move the tech stocks up. But now, gee, we made a mistake. We could have done that all along with 5.25%. No, you can't do that all along with 5.25%. Here's what's going on. They're financially engineering these last tech stocks, these last 5 tech stocks, to go up, even though rates are 5.25%, by diverting 25, I told you this many times now, by diverting 25% of the S&P money to the same 5 tech stocks, and 50% of the money of the NASDAQ diverting it to the same 5 stocks. That's what keeping the stocks going up, regardless that the price is the yield or the interest rate, Fed rate is at 5.25%. How long do you think that's going to last? It's not. And the housing market is ready to blow up because we're at 5.25%. It's the same interest rate that blew up GW's housing market. We talked about that yesterday. And the economy, are you kidding me? We're not growing. This economy's not growing. We're not growing the economy anymore. That stopped with QE. That stopped with QE. Until we stop these stock buybacks called profits without prosperity, we're screwed. And until we make stock buybacks illegal, like they used to be, and go back to CEOs retaining their earnings and taking those earnings and reinvesting them, first and foremost, into the employees. They're the ones that help make the companies competitive. We need to start providing, once again, these workers who are not unionized. We got to do this with higher incomes. We got to give them great job security. And that will stable our economy, get us stable again, and get us to grow. What we call sustainable prosperity, what we used to call it. But we got to get rid of this stock buyback. And here we are. Take a look at the stocks. Meta, all these stocks, and NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA. Still struggling right now to try to break out and make new highs. So yes, if you look at this illustration Autumn did for me, it's really terrific. I got 4 sticks of dynamite representing housing, the economy, stocks and bonds. And I got the fuse, which is inflation, and I got the match, which is the deficit, because it makes sense, because the deficit is the match that's going to light the inflation and blow everything up, because we're spending more than we're taking in. I'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have 2 people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing is to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy and Phil's Gang presents the Life-Saving Financial Webinar. This webinar will guide and teach you how to understand the stock market and become an experienced investor. Learn from the experts on market trends and short and long-term investments. Join Phil Grandy, Steve Celeste, and Will Sharp Saturday, June 24th, noon to 3 p.m. Eastern. $80 pre-seminar, archived for 2 weeks, or $125 post-seminar to purchase the archive. Get more info at philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
So, the market drops about 300 points on the news that the Fed says, well, we're going to pause today so you can all take a breath. What? When inflation is really at about 15 to 18%, but we'll use their number, 5%. Let's take a pause. But here's what we're going to do after the pause. We're really going to give you this shaft, because after the pause, we're going to give you 4 more rate hikes, right between now and by the end of 2024. They're going to give you 4 more rate hikes. No wonder the market dropped over 300 points. The market doesn't know what the hell to do. And then they're predicting 5 rate cuts in 2025. How can they see that far, 2025? How can they project they're going to give rate cuts in 2025? These guys can't project a day, never mind not to 2025. And then the Fed says, well, then the GDP would probably be under 2% from now through 2025. But that sounds like all good news. So what are they going to do? Just go back to more stock buybacks, drop interest rates to 0 again? This is insane what they're doing. And as I showed you the other day, we made great deal of money and we destroyed our economy by making a great deal of money in the stock market from 2008 to November 2021. And with all the inflation they were creating that destroyed our dollar, destroyed our economy, destroyed savings, destroyed everything. Well, the top 1% were getting so wealthy in the stock market and the asset class. Well, the everyday worker on the streets is getting screwed. The stock market just kept going straight up because of stock buybacks. The worst thing you can do, stock buybacks. I mean, think what stock buybacks are. This is what they did for 13 years. They allowed this to happen to you and me and the economy. And you think they're going to fix it overnight? What are you, nuts? So here we are. Just think about this. We're in June now of 2023. And we still can't make money. Why? Our corporate profits for the fourth quarter, the last quarter of 2022, were down, dropped by 2%, the biggest drop in 2 years. Why? Because they keep taking all the earnings, all the profits, and it goes in the CEO pocket by doing stock buybacks. And the government helps them by printing money the Fed so they can drop interest rates to zero, so to give them free money to buy their own stocks so the CEO makes the money. While the worker gets screwed, the company gets screwed. This they've been doing for 13 years. Now the profits for the first quarter of 2020, now get this, profits for the for the last quarter of 2022 dropped by 2%. Profits in the first quarter of this year, 2023, we just finished, dropped by 6.8%, the lowest since 2021. And listen to this guy, Jared Bernstein. He's one of the biggest liars on Wall Street. Now he's just got this big promotion from the White House to go out. He's going to be the Liar of the Year award, I think is his promotion. Go out and lie to everybody. Listen to this. This is what he does.
Well, first of all, let's look at the economic outlook, which I think is favorable in terms of consumer spending. Remember, that's almost 70% of nominal GDP. And if the American consumer continues to do well, she can help power this economy forward, as has been the case for quarter upon quarter.
Wait a minute. I just gave you the quarter upon quarter. They powered it ahead, quarter upon quarter? Don't you read, Jared? Don't you research? You just come out and lie. Let's talk about your quarter upon quarter. The fourth quarter, 2022, biggest drop in 2 years. And their first quarter, 2003, dropped from the 2%. The first drop was 2% in the fourth quarter, 2022. And then we just got a 6.8% drop in corporate profits. Lowest since 2020. What is he talking? He says, oh, they're doing good, though. Everything's going well.
Well, first of all, let's look at the economic outlook.
Yeah, let's look at the economic outlook, okay? Let's look at the economic outlook. Are you kidding me? We have right now, all right, if we think about it, we have our national debt, historic debt, $31 trillion. Historic corporate debt, $13 trillion. And these corporations are really screwed right now, and they're starting to file for bankruptcy because they've been paying zero interest on their debt. Now they're paying as much as 7%. Then you got all this commercial debt that's sitting out there. I think it's another 10 or 12 trillion. You got household debt at 17 trillion. All historic highs. We have a decrease in our income. Our economy's shrinking. You can see our economy went from 2% to 1%. We have shrinking earnings. I just went over them with you. So I don't know where you're getting your information. Consumer sentiment is at a historic low. Small business, this is the one you want to watch. The small business sentiment is almost the lowest it's ever been in 10 years. Small business are getting screwed. Their sentiment is so bad. They can't order inventory. They can't get bank loans. The banks are putting a noose around their neck. Oh, and by the way, this guy here creating more regulations for small business to screw them over again. Our productivity is at a 74-year low. Are you kidding me? And we've had for productivity, we had a record 5 quarters in a row, the last 5 quarters in a row, negative productivity. Sure, because manufacturing's at a 14-year low. New orders, 3-year low. Record closings, 21 factories closing a day. What's he talking about? What's he talking about? We have record deficits. And what happens with deficits? Deficits create inflation. So the deficits are creating inflation. It's a 20-year high. I mean, 70-year high, 40-year high. It's insane. So what do you do? Just keep making money. And we're going to show you how to do it. Come to our webinar, the 24th.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days. You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Go back to Phil's Gang. I mean, this guy, Jarrett's unbelievable. Listen to this. Listen to this, something even worse.
Corporations are strong too. Just look.
Oh, stronger. They're really strong corporations. Can you believe her saying something like that? When 2023 is now shaping up to be the biggest year for bankruptcies in over a decade. Because the debt, because they've been borrowing money at low rates, 0 rates, to do their own stock buybacks. Now they can't pay it back because now their debt is 7%. Are you kidding me? And so all these, and here's the problem. We're going to be getting hit with a big wave of layoffs from all these bankruptcies. I'm not making this up. Look it up. 2023, shaping up to be the biggest year for Chapter 11 filings in over a decade. But what does she say?
Corporations are strong too. Just look.
My God. More than 230 American companies have filed for bankruptcy through April. What are you, nuts? This is crazy. This is the largest, the highest level over the first 4 months of any year since 2010. God, these people just don't tell the truth, do they? They don't tell the truth. Well, you know, where are they getting all this from? Jarrett now, remember, he is the top economist at the White House. So where do these people get all this information from? Who are they following?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings.
Yeah, see, it's a culture. It's a culture, isn't it? Lying has become a culture. They just say anything. And in the fake business news networks, your CNBC, your Fox Business, your Bloomberg, you can't believe a damn thing they're telling you. If you're making investments based on what they're saying, what are you, nuts? The only way you can invest. Now, first of all, let me say this first. We've had 13 years of stock buybacks that destroyed our economy. Because all those profits, see, we used to be the strongest economy in the world because our corporation would take all those earnings, all those profits, and plow them right back into their company, increase productivity, which increased wages, which increased our standard of living, which increased our economic GDP growth from the spending of those wages. But what's happened since then? All those profits are drained off, and they go to who? The CEO and the biggest shareholders. It doesn't go down to wages anymore. The people who build your factories, who are responsible for your factory being competitive, your business being competitive, it's your people that work with you. They're the ones who are responsible for making you competitive. But when you take away from them, when you take all the profits and you don't share with them anymore, and they can't make ends meet at home because inflation is much higher than the wages they're receiving. And yet they want you to believe from the White House everything's just fine. And it's not. So what do? You invest properly. It shouldn't change. Look, I know that most people don't believe that the economy's in trouble, because they listen to these programs, the CNBCs and Fox Business and all that. They don't believe it. But let me tell you, we have never been in such bad shape. You can't take for 13 years and drain out of your companies all of the profits, and then the CEO, after he drains all those profits, he goes and he becomes a multi-millionaire through stock buybacks. Because remember, each CEO in this country makes about an average of $30 million a year. Most of their profits are coming from the stock buybacks. They leave nothing for the company, because if you take all the stock buybacks, about 42%, and then you take all the dividend payments, 54%. There's nothing left for the employees. There's nothing left for the company. So here's what you do. You follow the money. That's all you have to do is follow the money. And it doesn't matter what news comes out. It doesn't matter how bad once you learn how to sell short, and you should join our gang for 10 days at the same, go to philsgang.com, join for 10 days at the same time, join up for our webinar on June 24th, 12 to 3. It's only $80. You've got to learn how to sell short. And what's been frustrating me all this week is I can't get across that for 13 years, the only reason why the tech stocks, the same 7 tech stocks, drove the NASDAQ 1,400% since 2008 to November 2021 before it crashed 38% because there's no more zero interest rates, there's no more QE, it stopped. And now what they did to keep those same 5 to 7 stocks going is did more financial engineering, and they're going, oh, let's just then take and drain from the S&P 23% of the money that comes to the S&P, and we'll shove that money into these same 5 stocks. And it would take 50% for the money that comes in for the Qs, and we'll shove it into the same 5 stocks: Meta, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon. And nobody's thinking. Go, wait a minute, how can this be? If the stocks were, we needed zero rates for 13 years to drive these tech stocks up 1,400%. Why is it now we can be at 5.25% and these stocks are still going up? Because it's like a time bomb. It's like what you saw in the beginning of the show. If you're watching this from YouTube and Facebook and Rumble, if you aren't, go to my site, philsgang.com, or go to YouTube channel, and you'll see and Autumn do this beautiful artist rendering where it shows 4 sticks of dynamite. Where is that, Willie? I had it here somewhere. 4 sticks of dynamite. And each one of those dynamites represented the sector of our economy. Housing. And then we had, where's the other one? We had housing. Here, I'll put it up for everybody. So if you're watching me on Rumble or you're watching me on Facebook or Apple, YouTube, you can see this right here. So think about this. This is what's going on because the rates were at 5.25, and now they're trying to push up the stocks, the same tech stocks, instead of 0, 5.25. That's insane. So it's all going to blow up, and what's going to blow us all up, the match that's lighting the fuse, are deficits. Our deficits aren't going to come down anytime soon. I mean, he's not stopping his spending. Spending going wild. He keeps spending. And just remember the other thing. How bad this is. Our Senate, our House and Senate Banking Committee, they're supposed to be overseeing all this. They're supposed to be there protecting us, the Senate and Banking Committee. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's their job, but they're not doing their job. The Senate and Housing Banking Committee, they're responsible for keeping our economy on a sound footing by monitoring our country's banks and assets and budget deficits. Do you think they're monitoring for 13 years, pushing tech stocks up 1,400% by dropping interest rates to 0, which screwed everybody on Main Street? They're supposed to make sure that didn't happen. And here they are again. You think they're overseeing? You think they're doing their job, the House Banking Committee, for being responsible for keeping our economy on a sound footing? How can our economy be on a sound footing when they're still pushing up the same tech stocks with interest rates of 5.25? It's unbelievable. There's nobody running the ship. So what do you do with stocks? What do you do? How do you make money? I'll show you when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back. You know, it's so frustrating to sit here and listen to these people come out of that White House and just lie to us about how, you know, the economy's doing terrific and and like this last cut I played where she said corporations are strong. They're dying. Corporations are dying. They're in deep trouble. $17 trillion, I think, is their corporate debt right now. And they've been used to paying 0% interest. Now they're paying 7% interest. That kills them. They can't pay it. That's why, I just read to you, the bankruptcies are up huge. But see, they won't tell you the truth. So here's what you have to do. If you're in a 401k, you can't do anything. Because the problem with this is when you're in a 401k, anytime you give money, okay, to a manager, and the manager takes that money and invests it for you, he invests it in a company. So the problem is the money goes into the company and the CEO decides, like let's say you're in a 401k and you put more money in your 401k this month. Okay, and so the manager of your 401k takes the money and invests it in a company. Now, the idea is the CEO is supposed to take that money, make sure it benefits everybody. He's going to invest it in his company to benefit the workers, to benefit the shareholders, to benefit himself, and benefit the country. But no, they haven't been doing that for 13 years. For 13 years, when you have your money in your 401k, and then they take that 401k money and invest it in a company, the CEOs take the money for themselves to do stock buybacks, so to enrich themselves, because that's where their income comes from. That's how they get paid big. And then at the end of the year, guess what? No money's being plowed back into the company for new business equipment, new business machinery, for productivity. Machines are breaking down, trucks are breaking down. He's getting rich. And the big boys, the big shareholders on Wall Street getting rich with dividends. So there's nothing left between the dividends going to the big boys on Wall Street and the CEOs collecting the rest of the money. You and the 401k get screwed, and everybody and the workers get screwed. There's no money for anybody. And we've done this for 13 years. We destroyed our country. The only thing, people thought our country was doing good because for 13 years the stock market went straight up. But the party's over. The party was over in November of 2021. But nobody gets that either. And now you have crazies who are thinking that Meta will never come down, Apple will never come down, Nvidia will never come down. I mean, when they announced this today, and the market, the Dow went negative, almost 400 points, and Nvidia went up. What's that tell you? You got tourist investors that don't know what the hell they're doing. They're jumping into Nvidia today like it was a staple, like it was Clorox, like it was Johnson & Johnson cleaning fluid. They're buying these tech stocks, these tourist investors, as if they were staples, that people have to have them, like Clorox. What are you, nuts? Now, if you bought Nvidia with us, if you were a gang member, you'd have bought Nvidia with us on January 23rd. You would have bought it with us on January 24th. And that means we're up big. But we'll know when to get out of Nvidia. So right now, it engulfed. So my gang members today, you can send this out, Willie, my gang members today can add to Nvidia because it engulfed. Now, if you're thinking of getting into Nvidia today for the first time, you're out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Because you have no cushion. You have no wood in the game. One morning, you could wake up, Nvidia's at $425, Nvidia could be down to $300. That's what happens. That's why you have to get in January, February, like we did. And Nvidia, Meta, same thing. We got into Meta January 3rd, and I think January 6th. Now, if you're getting into Meta now, today, you have no wood in the game. So we could open up tomorrow morning, and Meta could drop down from today at 272 down to 195. That's how it works. And what's keeping the stock market up is no more zero rates. There's no more stock buybacks. What's keeping the stock market up, again, is you got all these people. They're terrorists. They're tourists rather. They're tourist traders. Don't know what they're doing. They're jumping in. It's unbelievable. Everybody's just following each other. So if you join our gang, here's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn to get into the stocks early. And then you're going to identify when these stocks start falling apart, we'll be short Meta. And here's another thing, too. You're going to learn how to rotate. When we've made profits, let's just take, for example, I'll give you one. Let's just take Apple. So we got into Apple around January 31st, around $144, something like that. And today it's $183. So what's that? That's 27%. But we've taken a lot of our profit now, not all of it, and we rotated it over to the discretionary stocks. So we rotated to NCLH, Norwegian Cruise Line, and we rotated over. It was around $14, and today it's around $19. So whatever that is, 14 and 19. So we're up about 17%. And then we rotated. We're up 35%. So we took some of our money, out of let's say Apple and Meta and Amazon, and we took some of our money. Those stocks were already up more than 30%. So we took the money out of that, and we went and bought these stocks when nobody wanted them. We bought NCLH, CCL. We bought American Airlines. We bought Alaskan Airlines when nobody wanted them. We bought Alaskan Airlines when nobody was buying airlines. And now Alaskan Airlines, if you got in around 42, it's around $50 now. What's that? That's probably about, I think that's 19% there. So you got to know how to rotate. When you make profit, you got to get in early, okay? Get in early, and then you get out first. You get in early, out first. Let everybody else get hit, get clobbered, and then rotate back to some other stocks like we did. This is what you're going to learn on our 10-day free trial of Phil's Gang membership, and on June 24th. You're going to have 3 straight hours of this. 3 straight hours. It's only $80. You're going to learn how to rotate. And then you're going to learn how to sell short, because this market's going to blow up. I'd like to see somebody convince me that the housing market is not going to blow up. The housing market that exploded between 2020 and 2022, where homes went up 50, 60, 70%. Holy camole. They're not going to blow up. Even though GW's housing market, as soon as he moved the Fed rate from 1.3% up to 5.25%, it blew up. It took a year because, remember, anytime you raise the rate, it takes anywhere from 8 to 12 months to hit its target. So we just raised rates to 5.25% in May here, but I think it's only going to be 3 or 4 months instead of a year because the scale is so much bigger. So housing is definitely going to get blown to pieces, and so aren't stocks, no question about it. When you got, and healthcare, let's talk about healthcare. You want to know when the market's getting hit? You want to know when it's over? Take a look at UNH. Steve brought this to my attention today. He's been watching UNH for us because when the health market starts breaking down, and the one you want to watch is UNH. That's the same thing that happened in 2008. The healthcare stocks are the first ones to break. And we have a member that's been with us for years and years and years. Okay, and he taught us that because he's in that business. He gave us great advice. He says, and because he's experienced, he's in the business. This is back in 2008. And guess what? Steve comes into me today and said, guess what dropped today? UNH. There you go. But see, nobody wants to believe any of this. I shouldn't say nobody. We got thousands of members who do. But God, we should have thousands of more members who it's the only way you're not going to get hurt. Education's a great thing. But if you just sit there and hope, and that's their job, these radio shows, these fake business networks, their job is to give you fake hope. Look, learn how to buy stocks and sell stocks short and rotate. Join for 10 days free. Go to our webinar, June 24th.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.